Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a great week so far. Andrew says, how's it going this beautiful day? Well, it's snowing yet again. I should make a video of me taking my saw outside and putting it on the deck. Hey, and Moa's here. Hello, Melissa. I should make a video of me taking the saw out, putting it on the deck, and then bringing it back in, and then taking it back out, and then bringing it back in, because that's usually how spring goes in Montana. That's exactly how it's going. It was beautiful the other day, 60 above, and snowing and blowing out there today. I don't know where. I just saw the notification go out, so hopefully everybody will be joining us shortly there. Andrew? If not, then it's just us. That's cool too. So take a minute to fill your cup up. There's the bear. We've got feel-good stories. We've got a whole list of stuff to talk about today. And then, of course, we got to look at something pretty. All right. I am less than set up today, but we'll just go along with it. All right, get the tripod. Hey, Cody, welcome. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. There's a lot going on this weekend. Is everybody ready for this weekend? Karen goes this weekend. Kyle goes this weekend. But more importantly, this weekend in particular is the Topher Spin Meteorites live sale with, I think, 11 different vendors, including myself. We'll get into that, though. I do like to start things with a feel-good story. This isn't quite the same as we usually do. As far as feel-good stories go, I want to show you some stuff that my kid made. Rather than, tell you a fun story, I just want to brag about how cool my kid is. Look at this little, leaf knife that he made. I'm not real certain. Bye-bye monies, says Melissa. I'm not real certain, but I think he might have made this out of railroad spike. Railroad tie, the nails that they use, and I might be wrong. This might have just been a piece of metal that he found, but he likes to work with old railroad spikes. And that son of a gun is sharp. I'm not even joking, but it's just so stinking cute. I love it. That's raising them up right, if you ask me. Ooh, I can see you guys through there. Wait. There it is. Bink. Yeah, what a handy little dude, huh? He's a little knife maker. He likes to, occasionally, he goes on kicks. He won't do it for a while, and then he'll bust out a whole handful of knives and things that he made, and then he won't do it again for a while. He made me another thing. It's sharp, too. Yeah, sharp as sharp could be. Don't mess around with the kid's leaf knife, because he'll cut you. It is. It's very sharp. He got it quite sharp. In fact, I haven't tried it, so I don't know, but oh yeah, look at that. Now I'm just tearing paper, but sharp enough to get a little cut going. I mean, I've seen sharper knives, but he packs that thing around with him. I'm lucky I even got to show it to you guys today. So it needn't be, I don't think, a whole lot sharper than that. Here's another thing that he made me. In fact, he made several of these. He made an assortment of them. And this is the one that I picked. And it's an incense burner, and I've used it, obviously. I tried to get some of the the stuff out of it before I showed you guys, but it didn't come out really good. So it's still kind of in there. But yeah, that is my beautiful handcrafted leaf-shaped incense burner. Oops, we got a fuzzy. Let's get rid of the fuzzy. Yeah, I love this thing. Like, how clever is he? He's got a little style to him too. Do you notice? Like, he's got a bit of a flair to his metalwork. And so, let's see, yep, it's in my pocket. We're going to set the mood for today's show. Courtesy of the Prairie Kid. Brought to you by Caden. All right. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Yeah, like I say, Bear says it looks like he really enjoys the whole blacksmithing thing. Yeah, like I say, he gets in and out of it. Like when he's got a long weekend, he might just get right into it. If there's stuff going on, if his dad and his brother are up turning wrenches at the shop, he'll go up and do a little forging and do a little blacksmithing, build something. So he's quite handy with his hands. He's quite a creative dude, really. He kind of likes to build and create, so. Cody says he knows a dude making bottle openers with rail spikes. Right on, that's kind of cool. Yeah, he's got and Melissa says he's got kind of an organic style about him. Yes, he kind of does. Well, dive right in and give her a go. Andrew, you know, wanting to try something, he's not spending a huge amount of money on it. He hasn't got any, you know, like he goes out rock walking with me, and if he finds some old railroad spikes, he picks them up and brings them home. So, and then just his dad got him a small forge for Christmas a couple years ago, and that's really kind of sped things up and moved him along. But he's done it like renegade style, like stick it in the fire sort of stuff. So there's Karen. Karen, we were just looking at my kids' creations. He's been trying his hand at some metal work. He made a fancy little knife, and then right behind me there, he made a little incense holder out of a railroad spike for me. And we went ahead and lit the incense. You can see it kind of, so set the mood for today's show. Thanks to Prairie Kid. Yeah, he's a pretty cool little dude. Yes, and hello, Karen. Oh, I was all kind of a little sad because I had to miss Karen on Friday because I had a show. But then she went on Sunday too. So I was like, yay, I didn't miss it. I mean, I did, but I got like a second chance on Sunday. It was wonderful. So speaking of Karen, I do have a list of things that I want to talk about, like business stuff, you know, right? Like I don't want to be boring, so we'll kind of plow through it pretty quick. But StreamYard. John sent me a small gift to try to help me get started with some StreamYard, and you did it just for me, Karen. Oh, you're so wonderful. I do want to try it. I spent all night playing with the free program, and I get it. I like the way it works. But the free program's missing like the two things that I really would like to try, and that's the screen share and the 1080 streaming live. And so when I look at the first package there, I don't see that it has the 1080. Does it have the screen share? I don't know. I still have some questions. So I actually like really bugged out on that last night. I spent a lot of time considering my options, and I almost tried it, the free one for today's live, just so we could have the screen share and things going on. But I wasn't quite ready yet. I wanna play around with it some more, and I may just skip the free one, the trying it on here, and just dive right in and try a subscription. But anyway, so I am working on that. I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. I ordered a gimbal. I'm pretty excited about that. It's not a super fancy one, but it's a gimbal, which I need for my rock walks, I think, being a little more stable. For some viewers are kind of sensitive to a lot of that motion, so I think that's going to be great. But it's also like a selfie stick, so it'll telescope or whatever out and get long. And I think that would be really cool for when we're showing teepee rings and stuff. Oh, but yeah, the StreamYard, before I just dive right ahead. If you're going to do the StreamYard thing, be sure to get the discount from one of these other rock hounds who are already using StreamYard, Karen or Rufo. Thanks, Karen. And then what did she say? Did you go to the pro? Did you try? We need to chat about that maybe a little bit later, Karen, if you have a minute. It does have the screen share, but not the 1080. And she didn't use the free one. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I say, I don't want to bore everybody too much with what's happenings. So yeah, the 1080 I think would be great. Okay, I got a gimbal with a thing, so we can maybe see the teepee rings better when we're out looking around rock hounding and stuff. I'm kind of excited about that. Excuse me. Like I said, it wasn't a super huge investment, but hopefully it's something that we all enjoy. And what else is going on? The show. The show coming up this Sunday. Sunday the 21st. I'm so excited. Ah! There's so much going on. So starting at 3 p.m. Arizona time, we're going to have meteorites. Meteorites bonanza. Even if you're not interested in purchasing a meteorite, if you're not doing anything on Sunday, be sure to stop in and just support me with your presence and your, cheer me on a little bit, and check it out. If you're not doing anything else, just come in and lurk around, maybe leave a nice comment, and then, let me entertain you, and me and my friends entertain you while you're washing dishes, Andrew. So this Sunday, the 21st at 3 p.m. Arizona time, we will get started with it's a great way to learn. We're going to see a lot of different material from a lot of different people. Like I say, I think there's 11 different vendors that are going to be attending this sale. And we're going to try to do, like 30-minute block, maybe an hour block with some, I don't know, 30-minute, maybe even 15 minutes. I'm not sure. However long each one of these vendors is going to need to show you kind of the gist of like, so for example, if they've got 25 pieces of, green uranium glass, I may only show it. I think it will be broadcast to YouTube, Rocky Mountain Bear. Yes, it will be broadcast to YouTube through Topher Spin Meteorites channel. So be sure to search Topher Spin Meteorites. I'll share links too, though. You guys, it'll be up in your business, I promise you. But for example, let's say that these were meteorites and the vendor's got 25 pieces of this. He may only show 2 or 3 pieces of this and then say, by the way, the inventory list that's linked in, the description will tell you that he's got 25 more pieces of this and the price points and how to get in touch with this person and blah, blah, blah. So this is the first time that we're ever trying this. Topher Spin Meteorites is ever trying this multi-vendor dealer sale thing that we're doing. So hopefully it goes really smooth and seamlessly, but If there's a hiccup to be found, I'm sure we'll find it. So bear with us if it's a little bit bumpy, but hopefully it should be wildly entertaining. There's dealers from everywhere. There's all different kinds of people, dealers going to be there. I want to just throw a couple shout outs to some of the dealers that are going to be there. I want to mention Rocks on the Ground, Chris Monk. I just want to tell you, like, I want to kind of paint a picture of these people for you quickly before we get to Sunday in the sale. So Chris Monk, Rocks on the Ground. He's like the biggest teddy bear in the whole wide world. He's got the biggest heart of gold. And yes, hello, Chris, and welcome, by the way. He would give you the shirt off of his back. He would go, walk the ends of the earth for somebody who he felt, he's just super compassionate. When he sees a need, he steps right up, no questions asked, and takes care of that need. So, and he recently has got himself a wire saw and has been cutting some really cool stuff. Really kind of all over the place, kind of some entry-level stuff all the way up to some really, really nice display pieces. So check out Chris Monk Rocks on the Ground. Space Jules. Jules, we call her Mrs. Buttersworth because she polishes everything just to a butter smooth surface. So if you're looking for something to put in your display case that's really pretty, Space Jules is going to be your go-to. And again, really affordable stuff. There's gonna be Marissa. Marissa's gonna be selling some thin section photography that will be available during the sale. We'll tell you how to get that. So if you've ever been interested in that, be sure to tune in. Yes, Mrs. Buttersworth. Who else did I want to mention quickly? I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of people, but those are some of the people that will be in the sale that I'm really familiar with personally. There's a lot of other really great dealers that are going to be there. Minnesota Meteorites, I think, is going to be. Craig Zillman's going to be there. SD or SR Yang, I'm not sure. SR Meteorites, I think, is what he goes by. He's got some beautiful stuff. Again, not a member from the U.S., so we're going to be bringing people in from, I don't want to say all over the world, but from different places all together in one place. So be sure to check that out. I can't hype it up enough because I'm so excited, but I also don't want to just drone on and on and on about it. Like I say, there will be all kinds of stuff put up, like advertisement. There's already been some advertisement on Facebook, so if you don't do Topher Spin Meteorites on Facebook, just go kind of maybe poke around there. And I will be sharing stuff on my channel to let you know what's going on. I might have already, maybe not, but we'll get on that if I haven't. And what else? So yeah, Karen this weekend, Kyle this weekend, and the live sale this weekend on Sunday. So we got your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just rocking. We are gonna rock you all weekend long. Oh, I missed some stuff here. Oh, good. Chris feeling better. Me too, Chris. Yeah, almost a month of not feeling well, exactly. Hey, son.
Howdy.
I was showing everybody your fine wares today.
My what? Oh, my epic knife.
Is that a railroad spike? Piece of railroad spike?
No, it's a piece of... random piece I found around the shop, I suppose.
A random piece of metal he found around the shop, I suppose. Jeff's here? Oh, he is. Happy Wednesday, Jeff.
Hold on, I think I got pictures of the makings.
Have you? We would look at that if you have.
Let's see.
And there's the other son. How's that fresh air, fellas?
Oh, so fresh. Bacteria ain't surviving out there.
No bacteria is surviving in that fresh air, huh?
Particles didn't even make it. I don't know if we're able to show them too good. That's the piece I cut it from. You can see there's
Can I turn
section
it?
of it missing. I gotta turn on flip screen.
Oh, okay. Randy's here. He is. Hey there, Sandmaker.
All right.
I'm gonna shut that light off for a second.
I didn't notice it was attached to the camera.
It is. But you can shove it up there and show them like that. Just let me shut the ring light off really quick.
Alright, so this is a picture of the metal piece I cut it off of. So that missing section of metal is what it was made of. Let's make sure I'm scrolling right here.
Agree,
Make it
Andrew. We
flip.
should watch him forge someday. Look at that.
So that's my forge with the piece of metal in it.
Nice.
I use big grips, hammer. I got a little crucible, of course. And use some other things I made. 2 incense holders. And that knife was originally a leaf. Bit of a failed leaf, but I decided to turn it into a knife, and that was it in my hand.
And that little puppy is sharp.
So I'm pretty
Right, the next forged and fire champ. Yeah, he's all shaken because he's winded because they ran like the wind to get down here.
I was making a like Cheerios honey dipper thing up at the shop. So I was sanding and lathing and stuff. All like,
Oh, you just had shop class right before you got here too, huh?
Yeah.
And you were making a what?
A little like Cheerios honey dipper thing.
A Cheerios.
Like the Cheerios bee has it.
The honey thing
Hold on, let me show you.
on the lathe. A wood one on the wood lathe.
Yep, I wasn't allowed to use the big one, so I'd use the small one. But one of these.
Yeah, you're turning one of those on the lathe.
And I already did. I tried making one yesterday with Gus.
No,
Sylvester.
with Sylvester. Yeah, he came in the store and told me you were trying to make me something, but he would not say what. He didn't want to blow the surprise.
That is not what I was making for you.
He said you were making things, though. He didn't tell me what. I have no idea what.
As a fair warning, it's not particularly for you. It's just gonna chill around the house.
I'm so excited. How cool. What a cool kid. Yeah, the bears love honey, by the way, so you got bears' attention. Yes, and
I got other plans.
Melissa says thanks for sharing. Yeah, that was really cool of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, we tried to make one out of a caraganda piece, and it was all bad and brown
Yeah?
and broke.
No
so we
good-
glued
no
it,
good, huh?
But yeah, no. Today I just cranked out another one. I was like, hey, this one's like 5 times better.
Yeah, that's really cool. You'll have to show us when you get her done. If you get her done. If you get one turned out that turns out. Haha, if you get one turned out that turns out. That was very punny.
We have a track meet tomorrow, Mama.
Oh, okay, do you?
Yep.
Where at, baby?
Shoto.
Ooh, in Shoto. And Lunchables and stuff, is that what you guys want?
Why not?
One of the salads is the essential, I guess.
Okay.
I gotta ask.
Almost finished, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay.
I
Okay.
gotta ask if I'm able to go because I missed 7 or so days already.
You did, but
Five
it
of
was
which
for
Missoula Children's Theater.
yeah, it was for play, so I hope it was excused. I don't know. Okay, I'm back. Yes, nice turn of phrase. Thank you very much. And since I've neglected you guys for the past 5 minutes while I made plans with my kids, let me neglect you for just one more second. I gotta find a hoodie.
There's some white cheddar in there. 2 little bricks. You can grab them.
Okay.
Do you know the Cheerios honey dipper that the bee has?
What?
The honey dipper that the bee has in the Cheerios box?
Put it back in the
Aye,
I will.
aye. Don't drop that rock. Don't drop that rock.
Oh. Okay. Are you making more?
Yeah.
I got some stuff, and we're gonna look at it, and it's gonna be awesome, fun, I think. I mean, we'll look at, this is 1, 2, 3, 5 of the larger pieces that are on the display over there, but we'll look at some more, but hey guys, can you be quiet for just a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you even turn the music down for me? There is something lodged in the crevice of this rock. There's a foreign object in here. Can you guys hear it? There's something stuck in that hole.
Watch as it be a dead beetle.
It's I've shook it. It's never come out of there. There, we got a good noise.
That's
Yes,
weird.
a rock castanet, exactly. When I shake my maraca. Yes, and it's Herc. Yes, good job, Cody.
It's a maraca.
It's a maraca. Well played, Prairie Kid. Give me just a second. That almost brought tears. It did bring tears to my eyes. Yes! It shouldn't be that funny, but it was. It's a rocka. Okay, guys, go ahead and make noise if you want now for lunch. Oh, crap. Oh, gosh.
A bit.
I think I'm okay now. It's a beautiful Herc sample. I got this from Greg D, guys. When he came up through here and we went for a rock walk together, we did a little rock exchange, and he was cool enough to give that to me. Hoofda. Oh, goodness. Oh, that just made my day. It is very pretty. This also came from Greg D. Also a big, beautiful herky piece. But I love that druzy in there. Oh. Dad joke of the month goes to Prairie Girl. Yeah, I haven't either, Jeff. Oh my goodness, look how gorgeous that is. You guys. How's it going? Hey, Chris just stopped in. How's it going, Rufo?
Good.
Oh, well, hey, Dylan, how are you? I'm glad you're good. Come on in, man. And welcome, Chris. Oh, Rufo. I'm glad that you let us know that. He just said he just confirmed that Greg D had decided to kind of move away from the online stuff. Well, hopefully, if he's still coming through, that he'll get in touch with us if he's doing, you know, another trip or something. So those are not my piece. Like I say, Greg D gave me this. This one came from the auction.
Tell me, was behind the stage operating the light work?
Yeah.
The auction up in Canada.
Did what? Oh, no, I did not know.
Does anybody know what this is?
Life work, Macaulay?
All guesses welcome.
Lightworks, my editing software,
It is super pretty, I agree.
like editing movies, like Mayo Clinic.
Like, there's a big druzy pocket. There's some more down here.
New kind of club.
Good morning, why?
And Melissa's helpful commentary there, she says, it's pretty, whatever it is. And that's, you know, that's how I rock hound.
Yeah.
Is if it's pretty and I like it, or it's pretty and it's interesting, or, I mean, any combination thereof that just captivates me in any way, I keep it. Or I cut it, or I polish it, or, you know, whatever. That's the one and only rule that I follow in rock hounding, is if it moves me, if it speaks to me, if it delights me, then it's a keeper. Otherwise, you know, I know that not everybody agrees either. This is not everybody's favorite piece, you know. I don't even know if it's my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite, but you know, somebody
One's gotta be a
might really prefer something a little more like the Herc than this. But for me, that's it. I don't necessarily have to know what it is. I don't, to love it, to absolutely love it. It's so pretty. I love, like Melissa's saying too, the pink ends, and then just like the beautiful little like fairy pockets of, you know, druzy. Oh, yay! Rufo just said it's been a few weeks, but he's going live tomorrow. Guests invited to hop in. Wink, wink, wink. Oh, yay! I may in the future cut this rock and see what is inside. I may. In the meantime, I was just glad, like, this was in a box of rocks up at that auction up in Canada, and I bid on the box because of this rock. I got the whole box. It was really quite affordable, but I took this one out and put it on in my collection, in my display, whereas a lot of the rest of the rocks that I got from the auction up there are in a you know, to be cut pile. So it may, but in the meantime, it would make such pretty cabs, wouldn't it, Cody? I do agree. So I may get a wild hair one day and just be like, yeah, we're gonna make some pretty cabs today, guys. But in the meantime, I do like it, and so I just, you know, put it there and admire it on my way by. And here's a piece that my kid found. Same kid that's building knives and awesome things. He was really excited when he'd found this because it was definitely the winner of the day. It was definitely the biggest piece we found that day. And he was rubbing it in. I see there's a little bit of, it's opalized just a little bit right there. Sorry about the trashy fingernail polish today, but. And the whole thing is just a little bit agate-y. The kid gets a little sensitive about his stuff. Like, don't cut his stuff. So I would honestly cut the other rock, you know. But this one, heck no, he would come undone if you cut his wood. I've got a couple that would fit in the saw that I found that I kind of feel the same way about. So I don't judge him in any way when he says don't cut that. Don't cut that. Okay, is Karen still here? Hopefully she's still kind of lurking. And we'll look at this for a minute so that she's got some time to dry her hands and chime in if she feels so inclined. Guys, what did I find? Ooh, singing wood that you're debating cutting for wind chimes. That's very interesting, isn't it? So I can see a piece of the old familiar Brackenite. Is that the name of him? There's a couple of them up in here too. I can see one here. You know, a couple in there. But what is this big thing on top? Anybody have any idea?
So you know that. Dude, you got a jellyfish launcher in your truck? What? You know the. Dude, you got a jellyfish launcher in your truck?
I honestly don't know what this is. It's big. It's fossilized. I don't think it's bone. I think it's some kind of shell. Like maybe here's the like some kind of a bivalve sort of thing. And so like here would have been his opener and closer. Like maybe he's a really large mollusk, like Karen just said. I'm really not sure, but and I wish there was a better way to, show this thing. It just when it's in hand, it's much different. You can see that there's pieces of this that are falling off. This would have been this. It's almost that amylite sort of stuff. You can see the rainbow in it just a little bit right there. I mean, it's not like high grade jewelry grade, but you can see where that layer is and where it kind of wants to fall off, like a big devil's toenail shell. That's interesting, Karen. It does kind of, though, I agree.
Is that the cyberpunk music? Is that the cyberpunk music?
I agree, kind of. And I've found some really large shells. I mean, big clam shells, like big, big, big. But I don't think what that is. And like I say, the whole thing from this end all the way down is covered in that almost amylite kind of pearlescent, pearly kind of mineralization. Did I say that at all right? What formation am I in? Ozone just asked. I can try to look it up, she says. Let me show you a guy that we can identify, or a couple of guys that we can identify that come with him. I can't remember. I'd looked into it, Karen, and we talked about it a little bit, but I can't remember. Okay, let's step out back into the blizzard really quick. Into the dark back entry. Woo! Yeah, here we go. Ready? Into the snow. Look, I was gonna load that tumbler the other day. Well, that got sidetracked, didn't it? Like, here's a large friend. Sorry about the wind. He's identifiable, right? But again, he's quite large. Here is a large friend. Not quite as large as this one, but let's just take him inside. Brr! Look out, doggins! Oh, seek out the happiness in all of life's crappiness, guys. Hey, John. How are you today? I almost surprised you with a StreamYard this morning, but I just didn't quite get there. It kind of melted my brain for the moment, and that's okay. But I had to step away for just a minute before I went into total mental meltdown. I had option anxiety, I think, John. Okay, so again, here's one of our little bit more identifiable friends. We can clearly see him there. There's no missing him.
Got him stuck.
I should look him up and find his name, but he's so big. He's so big compared to some of the rest of them that we find here. But again, it's not quite the same. It's definitely not as nice. It doesn't have that beautiful, like I say, almost, there's some color play. Do you guys see it in there? Some pinks. And so yeah, not the same guy, not the same friend. Yes, very, very different. Like I say, I do think that like right here is, right in between my fingers is the back end of like some kind of a bivalve sort of, this part of this one, but I'm really just not so, I'm just so not sure.
And then you realize on the back of his shirt it said, "I love you." And that big black light.
So Until I know what it is, and
Imagine that. Imagine if you just
it's
showed Seth
on
all
display, and I look at it and wonder very often, who are you? What friend are you?
You said that. Like you looked like that and you said that also.
I will maybe figure it out
Well,
someday,
you know,
but for
the
now,
thinking man's concept.
can be large and from the bear paw in Montana. Not quite. I don't think we're in the bear paw formation over here. We get like
That dog is looking suspicious.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
It's like, stay with my hat, boy.
Look out.
What happened to my Waldo? Is it like Rick and Morty universe?
Nautilus. That's a good guess, Cody. See you, fellas.
Not headed out yet.
I am.
See ya.
Godspeed.
Throughout the Paleozoic and the Mesozoic, there was a low-lying and relatively flat level. Seas repeatedly invaded the region as a result of small changes in elevation of land and in relation to the sea. Many groups of sediments were deposited in my location. The oldest visible member of the sedimentary series is the Madison Limestone Formation, or the Madison Group, of the Mississippian Age, or the Paleozoic era. The youngest member is the Judith River Formation, Montana Group, of Upper Cretaceous Age, or Mesozoic era. The strata above the Mississippian and below the Cretaceous periods, representing the Pennsylvanian, Permian, Jurassic, and Lower Jurassic periods, are missing. The best exposures of sedimentary rock are at East Butte, well, that makes no sense to you, where all of the stratigraphic units are present. The area was elevated by a broad, gentle uplift in which the strata of these periods were slightly domed by the swelling of the surface like a blister. This uplift was known as the late Precambrian Paleozoic Sweetgrass Arc. Erosion planed and uplifted the area, eliminating the sediments above the mentioned 4 periods. The present Sweetgrass Arc appears to be a reoccurrence of the larger arc, which is developed at the Paleozoic time. So, that answered some questions in a very big mouthful. Hi, Ryan. Welcome. Evidence for marine invasion during the late Cretaceous period was established in 1988 by this geologist. He sampled a 263-meter thick Cretaceous Colorado group outcrop section near Mount Lebanon. That also makes no sense to you because you don't know where that is. Based on the identification of these foraminifera, the depositional paleo environment was, so they do talk about the foraminiferas, foraminiferas in here too, which I found very interesting, Karen. The depositional paleo environment was interrupted to be not only a hyposaline tidal flat with marshes and lagoons, but also was indicative of a possible east-west marine connection between the East Pacific and Western Interior. Foraminiferas are single-cell protists, 1 to 2 millimeters, that live either on the seafloor or in a sea mass, in the sea masses, the planktonic. These words are huge. So, there. That I tried real hard. So yeah, we are missing some of those layers that you'll find elsewhere, but really concentrated on that inland sea that came all the way up and then receded, and then came all the way up again and receded. And so it left us all of these marine fossils from what? The Mesozoic, Paleozoic, and Cretaceous. Okay, bear paw is Cretaceous, so it sounds like you would share some of the mollusks. So yeah, okay. Whew. I did say foraminifera. Look, it's right there in my book. The foraminiferas. So this is a really cool book. If you can get a hold of a local book for your local area, it's so cool because that was a mouthful for me. The words were hard, like Jeff just said. Yes, that was a mouthful for me. But it does get into, and if I slow down and really think about these words, it's telling me how most of what you see out here is prairie, right? But we got these hills that just stand out here in the middle of nowhere. Why? So it does talk about their formation being volcanic, and it talks about when that happened and what kinds of things, rocks and minerals are here because of that. For example, let's just start reading a list of this here. The typical rock of these inclusions consists of large and blocky crystals of feldspars scattered throughout a matrix of microscopic crystals of feldspar, quartz, and a variety of black minerals. That's really helpful when you're out looking for meteorites, by the way. A variety of black minerals. None of those look like meteorites, let me tell you right now. Feldspar, or fluorite, occurs mostly in replacement bodies along with quartz and minor pyrite in the Madison or Mississippian limestone. The largest occurrence of that exposure containing fluorspar, is that a real word? Is up Tootsie Creek. So again, you guys don't know where Tootsie Creek is. That doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but again, what's here? Ledoux examined iron ore prospects on East Butte in 1890, and he later reported on the reserves of as well as on gold, copper, fluorite, manganese, marble, and galena. Magnetite-rich iron ore deposits were formed by contact with metamorphism of the Mississippian limestone next to the intrusions of cyanite. The best iron deposits claims, okay, so then they talk about where those claims are. Samples essayed about 60% iron and contained some copper, lead, zinc, and silver. Although the claims have been worked intermediately, it's doubtful that any ore was ever shipped. The Brown Eye Queen mine, southwest of Vermont Royal, produced copper for several years, and after she was shut down, an entrepreneuring resident still recovered $500 to $7 worth of copper from the tailings in 1962. So, there's a public service announcement. Woohoo, thanks for sharing forums. They're sexy. Stop not liking forums, everybody. Everybody get in on that. So yeah, this is a great book. Like I say, it tells me all about what's here, what kind of rocks and minerals and things that I can find here. And boy, I'm telling you guys, these old timers, these guys that came through here and did this in the 1948, 1901, 1886, they were spot on. Like, they didn't miss much. They were getting it. They were doing some cool things. So good on them, and I love to read about it. This also goes into some of the cultural history that's up here. Some of the things that they've found in some of the caves up here, Native American artifacts. It talks a little bit about some of the teepee rings and things that I see out here on the prairie. So I mean, we could build a whole series just on like little bits of this book, cultural history of the hills. Archaeological evidence suggests that based on the type of artifacts and carbon dates that people have been in the neighborhood for at least 10,000 years. First there were the pre-horse gun times or the dog days. When the horses and the firearms reached northern Montana and southern Alberta, the cultures present underwent a revolution. So it's just so cool to read about, like, there's a super creepy thing in here about Headstone. There's a little ghost town up there called Gold Butte, and I'd like to take you guys up there someday and we'll look at it. The rock art, the petroglyphs and the what's the other word? Petroglyphs and pictographs. And let's see if we can find this creepy old headstone. What's it say? I think it's right here. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this, but it's kind of like, hopefully some of this is kind of interesting, right? Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is it. The Gold Butte Cemetery is probably the oldest cemetery in the area. Rodney Barnes selected the location because it was high on a hill. The first burial was that of Aleth Simmons, stepdaughter of Barnes, in August of 1885. The second burial was that of his stepdaughter, who worked for the tools. Later, another site on Boot Hill was selected across the coulee. It was thought to be a prettier spot. One grave still standing is of Jessie Rowe, born March 9th of 1887 and died September 30th of 1902. It was surrounded by metal bars, and they covered it with metal bars so that it wouldn't erode away or get buried in weeds and lost in time, and so people couldn't come up and ruin it. So, but they did cover it up with some metal bars, so you can still go see this though. The inscription at the bottom of the gravestone reads, "Remember me as you pass by. As you are now, so once was I. As I am now, soon shall you be. Prepare for death and follow me." And Jessie came from Kansas with her older sister. She had tuberculosis, and it was thought that the dry air might help her condition. It didn't. Several unmarked graves were nearby. One that was of Miss Evelyn Nafis, the third Gold Butte school teacher. She died on her wedding day, October 6th, 1897, of tuberculosis as well. However, it turned out the Boot Hill site was near an underground spring. Hence, it was abandoned in a favor for the original site. I know, isn't that creepy? Ooh, guys. So, not only is this like a good rock education book, but like, ooh, it's got some really cool old stories and stuff in it too. All right. I gotta get to the Gold Butte. Let's go to Gold Butte. It will make sure to take the Geiger counter so that if we go into the mine, we know if we're being poisoned or not. I've heard that before. Wonder if it's attributed to this person or to somebody else, that poem. Yeah, I don't know if it was something common that they put on gravestones back then or what, but you can, like I say, you can actually still go there and still see that headstone and read that saying on Jessie's headstone out here. So I'm going to go grab a couple more rocks. We're going to move on past the book, and the rest of the stuff isn't quite as, I don't know, but like, I don't know, nobody ever reads the YouTube description anymore, but in the description, I was like, we're going to look at some stuff. We're going to ask some questions, whether we have the answers or not, and we're going to have some laughs together. And I think so far we've done those three things swimmingly. It's a Morocco. A Maroc. You guys, oh my goodness. Okay, let me grab a couple more rocks to look at and we'll talk about them. Okay, we got more rocks. I got a whole handful of more rocks. More rocks. More rocks. More rocks. More rocks. We've got more rocks. Okay. Hey, you guys want to hear a funny story? Of course you do. Okay, if you are bothered by political incorrectness, moral immorality, and things like that, plug your ears and don't listen to this story. And I don't know if I've got all my facts right or not, but in the meantime, I think Jeff sent me this rock. So I was just up over there grabbing some of this stuff, and my uncle, you guys know, we looked at the dark crystals from Crystal Park that my uncle had sent. They were so gorgeous. Do you guys remember? They were like amber colored, reds, oranges, so many colors in those rocks from Crystal Park. He sent all kinds of stuff. There's some stuff that looks fossily, some bone. He sent some bone, some legit bone that I picked out of there and put in a special place. All kinds of stuff that he had sent. But there were these two little vials, and I know that both of my uncles do quite a bit of gold prospecting. They are big into their gold mining. They're big into sapphire mining. If I did, I don't remember, says Jeff. I think you did. Maybe. I don't remember. I thought it was you. Maybe it was Rufo. Maybe it's one that I got out of a box at the auction. It is, I think, a Crazy Lace, or I thought maybe it was a Kentucky, though. I thought maybe you'd sent it to me and it's Kentucky. Maybe not. Anyway, so back to this story about my uncle real quick. Oh man, this is pretty. Look how pretty it is right there. If you haven't done the thing where you make the photo sharper on your end, do that now. Definitely not Kentucky. So anyway, in this box of rocks from my uncle, there were these two little vials. And like I say, knowing that both my uncles are gold prospectors and that they're both sapphire hunters, you know, garnet hunters, things like that, I was like, what's in these little vials? And I take it out and I dump it in my hand and I'm like, that ain't gold, that ain't sapphires, that ain't garnets. What the heck is that? So dump it back into the bottle and I screw the lid back on, and a little while later there's it's so sparkly in there, you guys. It's so sparkly. Later I'm talking with my uncle. I'm like, what's in these vials? What is in these vials? I looked at it and I have no idea what's in those vials. And I've got to tell you guys, like, my uncle is always on like a level 10, like always just turned up just a little bit. And he's like, oh, it's arsenic. It's arsenic. And I'm like, you sent me arsenic? Like, why would you do that and not tell me? Like, he's like, yeah, they closed down that mine up there because it was leaching arsenic down into the drinking water. I was like, what? So you went up and collected arsenic and then you decided to send it to me? Like, what the heck? See, he's like, I don't even know for sure if that's what it is, but he's like, yeah, I brought it home for further investigation. I did not do the lick thing, thank goodness, right? Look at this gorgeous bit of yellow and red in here too. Anyway, needless to say, I put the suspected arsenic away from everything else that's awesome. So don't lick rocks, ladies and gentlemen, because your uncle might send you arsenic. Or what he thinks might be. And whether he's right or wrong, like, let's not lick it. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Excuse me one more time. I just loved how enthusiastic he was about it, though. He was just, like, so thrilled with himself. It's arsenic. Which brings me to this weird little sample that my kid brought home. A little piece of it. I'm telling you guys. This thing is weird. So we find these weird little samples. And I'm going to turn you guys around so we can get like a legit zoomed in look at this. But I just want to right now, like, show you guys some of the light play on some of this. So we find these weird little samples by where we find the selenite or the gypsum pieces. And so I would guess that this is some kind of a relative of the gypsum pieces that we're finding. I mean, there is some gypsum in here and it's shedding all over my keyboard. That's really cool, but it's all right. You can see some of the gypsum in there, but this, I mean, this just the kind of, it's kind of a bizarre, like, formation sort of stuff. And this is kind of a neat little piece that he grabbed here because it kind of like self-displays. It stands up. Kind of a wonky, weird little piece. So, like I say, I do want to turn you guys around. Ugh. Let me put my giant clam on the ground and my weird little devil's toenail friend. Oh! I kicked the tripod. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna do the dang thing where we turn the thing around and the thing and, you know, the thing and the thing. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about, I'd said I have some pet woods that would fit perfectly in my saw. But is it a stud or a dud? So Karen was asking about, like, how do you bleach your wood? Because, like, I almost have a feeling that if I cut this, that it's going to be nearly black all the way through. Like, just black as black could be inside. I don't think this is a pretty piece of pet wood inside. But if you could bleach it, how'd the experiment end? I need to know. Then maybe it'd be worth cutting and doing something with. Anyway, that's kind of an ugly piece, but that's a big piece for out here. That's one of the bigger pieces that, you know, me and the kid are always in a competition to see who can find the biggest agate, the biggest pet wood, the biggest this, that, the other. However, this piece would be gorgeous cut. And it would fit almost perfectly in the chopper. Oh, Rufo, I love that. Rufo just said 22 watching and 12 likes. He said, yeah, wouldn't that make a wonderful slab, Melissa? Chris says it's beautiful. Rufo says that's a great piece. The bear gives it 2 thumbs up. Like, who knows what's inside there? This piece might have some stories to tell. Again, I don't find them that big every day. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. But that one might have a date with the chopper sooner or later. Cut it up, says the bear. Cynthia, hello there. She had no idea what it was until she got it home and under the microscope and it came home in her coat pocket. What are we talking about? Oh, look, my lost future bookends, says John. Did you misplace those, John? I'm glad I found them for you. Trying to do the thing and not push any extra buttons. Okay, so back to this weird little thing that my kid brought home. I've threatened to bring a few of these home too, so I understand why he did. It's bizarre, it's fun. it's kind of, you know, take a walk on the wild side. There's this almost like super fibery kind of pattern texture, and we find this actually quite a bit out here, and it has in the past kind of frightened me. I'm like, ew, you know, if I imagined asbestos, I would imagine, you know, these fine little needles all stacked side by side by side by side. However, I don't think that is asbestos. I do think that this is just the arrangement of this particular mineral. Again, I think it's probably some kind of a relation to that gypsum that we're finding. There is, again, some gypsum in this. You know, we can see these little crystals here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, you know, it kind of does look a little, like I say, I've spent a lot of time kind of like, you know, cringing and creeping out and, you know, freaking out and not liking some of this stuff, but I think it's okay. I have gotten into some of this that's much more crumbly. Like we could see this is pretty stable. You could see there are a couple little pieces of it down here. But I've come into some of this that is so crumbly, but I really do think that it is, I mean, unless somebody knows a whole crud load about asbestos and where it's formed and why and how, and could fill us in on that. But I do think that this is more innocent than that. I think this is more like a, you know, selenite gypsum. It might even have like a little bit of sulfur to it, or you know, something makes it kind of, not this piece in particular, but some of the pieces found nearby are quite yellow. Maybe even have a little bit of a sulfury smell to them. So, but yeah, it's kind of an oddball. And like I say, it's a self-stander. I don't know how or why, it just barely, it shouldn't, but it does. There's enough weight on the back side of it there to keep it anchored down. So yeah, not everything that I keep in display do I even know all about. Some of it is just because we were curious about it, whether it was myself or my kid, and we needed to know more about it. So, and it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of pretty the way the light hits it sometimes, and it's interesting. It's interesting. We've got more to learn about that still, I think. But speaking of stuff that my kid found, we've looked at this before, but it has been a long time. We should just have called this the Cadence Special, since pretty much everything we've talked about today has been something cool about my kid that he's done. Or okay. Bark on a tree? I don't think so, just because, and Sandmaker will take you there one of these days on one of these shows, just because it's falling out of the like shale rock, right? Some of this other stuff, the other stuff. Hey Josh, how are you? Happy hump day to you. How's the travels? Hopefully all is well for you. Yeah, just because of the way that I find it, I don't think that it's a petrified wood or a tree bark sort of thing. I do think that it's more minerally than that. One of my favorite things about this rock is this little like chicka 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 chicka. And I wanted to just point out right now that chicka 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 is an official descriptive term on this channel. So this is not actually a very local material. My kid found this when he went on a trip with his dad to, it was Montana found, but I can't remember where, one of the local fishing holes. And instead of fishing with his dad, he was picking up fossils. He brought this home. When he brought it home, it looked a lot more like this. And this is way back when we were first getting into rock hounding, me and my kid. And we didn't have any awesome tools. We didn't have a flat lap. We didn't have a rock saw. We didn't have a cab machine. And my kid hand polished this with sandpaper, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you just how proud that makes this mama. Look, there's a little guy. Hello, friend. I like him. Ah, Topher. Welcome. I do too, Jenny. This, I think, will probably forever be one of my... if I had to pick a favorite, this would probably be one of my favorites forever. He was just such a pip, too, and he's serious about this stuff. I mean, he went out, self-collected this rock, and then was determined to come home and get her all polished up. There's some beautiful, beautiful things happening here, too. This is a really, really exciting piece. I like this little shell imprint down here. Here's another imprint. And then, like I said, he went at it. He got after it. It's Topher. Holy space balls, says the bear. It's just Sue. It's okay, Sue. We still love you. Oh, I know you guys are so busy. I know I'm so busy getting ready for this show. I am really excited about it, by the way, too, guys. There's more rocks over there to look at. We can if we're still visiting and stuff, but I want to turn you around and hey, John the new guy, says Sue. You guys are funny. John names himself in the Meteorite Hangout John the new guy. You can only do that for so long, too, John. Pretty soon you're not going to be the new guy anymore. Okay, let me grab for you guys the stuff that I've got ready for the sale. We might have already kind of looked at this, but you know what? We're going to do it again. Rufo just said, and debate going to the club tonight. Oh, cut something fancy if you're there. So these are, meteorite necklaces. Sorry, I've got them put in there so you can't even see them. Let's see, can we see that one? Yeah, there's one that we can see. There's a meteorite necklace. There's a meteorite necklace. There's one. Can't see it, the sticker's in the way. I think there was one more in there and I could see it. Yep, a little bit. There's a meteorite necklace. All right, and then what else is in this box? Earth rocks. So you guys, we saw some of the earth rock jewelry. Again, the stickers are in a lot of the way. There's that little agate. I call that just pink rock because I don't know what it is. Just a pretty pink rock. And what else is in there? Oh yeah, the bubble agate or whatever you want to call it on the jasper. Let's see what else. We got another box here. I've got platinum ore from the Stillwater Platinum Mine. A couple preformed cabs. And a display piece, polished display piece. Here's a triangle-shaped cab. Of course, it's not doing these justice when it's in the bag, but that is such a cool material. And I don't know a whole lot of other places where you guys can get your hands on that. Kind of a unique thing that I get to offer on the sale coming up this Sunday. This Sunday on Topher Spin Meteorites. And then, of course, we've got all the uranium jewelry there, guys. So I'm ready. I'm ready to ship this out to its brand new happy home. And so this time tomorrow is when you're going to go live. I am shooting for my wedding ring and was looking at a company that does meteor and gold together, but my partner doesn't like it. Oh, yeah. So, like I say, you guys, I'm just so super excited about the sale coming up. I've got some, neat things that I'm going to offer, but so do like 10 other vendors. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be like marathon style. We're going to just keep them coming. I'm going to hit you with the good old 1-2, So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you guys there. Be there or be square for real. Like I say, even if you're just lurking while you're working, if we're entertaining you while you're doing dishes, stop on in, check it out. You guys know what it does. You know that even if it isn't you who's interested in it, stop by, hit that like button, watch a couple minutes. It helps the algorithm. Leave a nice comment. And it may suggest it to somebody who just has never even thought about the fact that you can buy a meteorite or a piece of uranium glass jewelry or, whatever else there that we're blowing your minds with. And so if you're sharing this stuff, liking it, helping out the algorithm, oh, I can't wait to tell you guys about this. Then it's going to get it out there. It's going to get it suggested to other people. And we may change somebody's world. We may make a rock hound out of somebody. So Sue just mentioned in the comments here that there are prize drawings. It's not just going to be like, vendor after vendor here. I just want to gag because they've just showed me so much stuff I can't decide. It's going to be like, okay, in between vendors, we're going to play some games. We're going to do some fun things, and there are going to be some prizes that you guys can win too. So again, even if you're not there to do a lot of shopping, be there to be supportive, and you just never know. You might even be able to get yourself entered into some kind of a drawing, and I mean, we love to include you guys. So please, if you want something to do with your Sunday afternoon, come check it out. Yes, I put it aside for you, Melissa, so no hurry. Whenever you get around to it. I probably, just so you guys know, Melissa in particular, I just ordered a gimbal. So I'm kind of excited about that. But I also I had to order some padded mailing envelopes to ship things out in. They're not here yet, Melissa, so I'm gonna wait until I get my padded envelopes before I send anything out. So just give me a couple of extra days on that. I'll do it now while I have the extra cash. Well, that's great, but just so you know, it's gonna be a couple days before I get my mailing envelopes, and so a couple more days before I can get that in the mail for you. Unless you don't mind a recycled envelope or just a plain brown one. If you're into that, I'll send it immediately, but otherwise I've got some envelopes coming so that I can get all that mailed out. So let me see. Oh, Bear shared the Topher Spin Meteorite link in the chat. Thank you, Bear. You're the bestest wrencher. Another super show with lots of super cool people. Oh, let's see. Yes, Bear, they do. Any combo you want, make each ring order. Oh, that is so cool, Rufo. We always make it fun. Yes, we do, Sue. Yes, we do. There's the YouTube channel in case you're not watching. Thank you, Bear. And let's see. Yes, thank you, thank you. We're planning white gold. And she got white gold for rose cut natural diamond. Ooh. Now, Rufo, was it you that was maybe talking about maybe contracting Karen to make you something? Or was that somebody else? I don't wear a lot of jewelry, as you guys can see. I mean, I do. I wear large, heavy-gauged earrings for a girl, but it's okay, Rufo. I'm curious to know. But I don't wear a lot of other jewelry. I mean, I make jewelry. It's kind of like the guy who makes a good cup of coffee who doesn't drink coffee. I do wear some jewelry once in a while, but I like my jewelry to be pretty minimal. Kind of smaller. That's kind of my style for jewelry. Bear raises his hand, huh? But she couldn't work with the diamond. See, and that's perfectly fair. You know, I wouldn't want to mess up somebody's good diamond either, and I would maybe do that. but I do have times and places when I want to wear some jewelry, and I have a few very special, important pieces to me that are my go-to that I love. And I have a feeling that if I ever had a Karen piece, that it might be kind of one of those pieces, my favorite go-to. So, and yes, Sue wears my jewelry all the time and gets lots of compliments on it. My mom wears my jewelry a lot too, and she gets a lot of compliments on it too. So, but again, it's just like, I don't know, it's like the barista who doesn't drink coffee but makes good coffee. There is such a thing, and I know that's a thing. And okay, anyway, tangent. Wow, that's cool. That's cool, Rufo. Chris, I think she has several pieces. Yes, I do. Where is Chris? Chris, Great Minds, Melissa, that has been in my head for a while now. It's a beautiful piece. Yes, I do, and I have more pieces to make pieces out of, guys. You know, here's a whole dish. And all I got to do is just drill them and hang them still. So, and the ones I did so far, I think have all been the kind of like lighter purple color. And I do have some that are like a much darker purple. So, just because this is what I have ready for now for this sale coming up doesn't mean that that's what we'll have only for the rest of forever. There will be more. So, but yeah, I hope I have to go make more. I hope that we sell out and we have to go do some more. Very sweet comments, blushing. Karen, you're the bestest. My mom talks about Karen's jewelry too. About how, well, of course like I say, my family could make a side channel about like living with a YouTuber. Sorry that I keep kicking that tripod. About having to listen to all of the like, and you know, so Maker's Challenge came around and I was like, Mom, look what Karen did. And my mom was just, I mean, seriously, she was like, wow, she does some beautiful work. So, I mean, if you could be a fly on the wall, Karen, that's the conversation you would have heard. So I'm not just making that up either, you guys. I never do. I never lie to you guys. Nobody pays me to say any of these things. It's my honest opinion. So yes, you should be blushing just a little bit, but you should also be very proud of yourself, Karen. You do some really beautiful stuff. And hi to my mom. Yeah, I don't think she's here today. She might be here today. She just hasn't commented, but yeah. Yes, I hope they sell out and I have to make some more. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that just absolutely be wonderful? And I've already actually started on another batch. And I wondered, she's too cool. I wondered if I shouldn't add, if I could get a couple more pieces done and add them to the inventory list before the sale. And I was like, nah, you know, gotta kind of leave them wanting more sometimes. And so I have already started making a couple more meteorite necklaces and a couple more uranium glass necklaces. And so we will, yes, oh yes, Mother's Day gifts are coming up too, by the way. Speaking of moms, you guys, speaking of moms, and if you're a mom, and you know what, if you're a single dad who played both mom and dad, feel free to treat yourself. Mother's Day is coming up. Do something kind for yourself or your mom. Moms are the best. You guys, none of us would be here without our moms. And so be sure to spoil yours. Mother's Day is coming up. Yeah, come blow your tax refund here and there. Get you and your mom something special this year. So I love your mom too, Karen. She's the best. She gets in the chat and she's wonderful. I love saying hi to her. I assume that it makes her smile. I always, when I say hi, Mom, imagine that Karen's mom cracks a big grin. So I don't know if she does or not. But yes, we love moms. And we love bears who were both mom and dad bear. I know a few of those. I know a few of those guys who got to do both. I kind of get to do both here too. I get to be both mom and dad. So I should get a Father's Day present too. No, I'm kidding. My kids, you know, they have a dad too, but they're lucky enough to have us both just in separate homes. But yes, when you raise kids single-handedly, you have to play both roles. You get to be both the bad guy and the good guy, you know, like Yeah, you don't get to play that good cop, bad cop when you're the one parent. You have to be the bad cop. Oh, I'm fine with just Father's Day. Really? I think we should just have it. We should just call it Parents' Day, and we should celebrate it every day because it's a freaking victory every day that we survive. And I'm outnumbered. It's 2-1. Oh, yes, mom's rule. And Karen says it makes her whole week. The love that you guys send to her. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, my boys are very well behaved. Really good kids. Yeah, they don't give me too much trouble. They really don't. No more than I expect kids to do, you know. Yay! Chris is going on a trip with her mom on Sunday. That's fantastic. Oh, I love that, John. Oh, John. John says, if your mom is no longer around, pay homage to her by treating someone else's mom with something special. A kind word or two, even. Oh, John, I love that. Oh, John. Little old grannies. I like to lay it on thick for little old grannies. There's a little older gal, single older gal who lives here in town, and she came in on Valentine's Day, or right near. We had just put our Valentine's Day flowers out. We just had some, single roses for sale and things like that. And she came in and we had them up on the counter, by the register, and she was smelling them and she says, "Oh, they're so pretty. The white one's my favorite." And that's all she said. And I didn't even, that was all she had to say. I pulled the white one out and I bought it for her and I sent her home with it, and it just made her week. So you know what? Just something simple as that. You guys, little old grannies, give them extra love. Again, every day of the week should be little old granny day. Oh, so I totally agree. As Mother's Day approaches, let's be extra awesome to our little old grannies and our mamas. So I agree 100%. 100%. And dog moms too. Some people don't have kids, but have their fur kids, and that's important too. And you deserve to be recognized at least one day out of the year. Oh, so there was my Mother's Day and holiday tangent, and proudly provoked by John. I think you should be very proud of yourself, John. That was very kind of you, and I'm glad that we have that kind of community where we can swap ideas and things like that. That's some super awesome, powerful stuff there. So I love it. I know, I love my old people too. They're the best. They really are. I don't care what you're doing. Little old grandmas are cool, and they're the best. They can. Fur babies can wear jewelry, Sandmaker. They can, and clothes too. I've seen it. I've seen it done. Sometimes my dog would really like to wear a jacket. She's got a couple little hoodies, and sometimes she'll refuse to go out without one. Our cats wear rhinestone collars. Oh, yes. A pink rhinestone collar at that. That's pretty sparkly, Sue. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, spoil your babies. Spoil your mamas, spoil your grandmamas. I love it. Love it, you guys. So yeah, with that thought in mind, come to the sale on Sunday. Spoil yourself, spoil someone you know. Like I say, even if that's not your goal, if you're just there for social interaction on Sunday, you just want to get in there and chat, maybe make a snarky, sarcastic comment to Topher Bear. or whatever. Maybe you just want to be available and congratulate people who are winning the prizes, or be a part of, participate in the prizes. Like I said, you just want to be there for social interaction, please join us. But yeah, feel free. Everybody's welcome. I really, really hope everybody shows up. And I hope we have a lot of fun. I know we will. I know we will. I'm so excited. I can barely handle it. So Sue and I have been making some like 1-minute promo videos. Like I say, I think I've shared those onto my Facebook, but I think I'm not real sure if I shared the itinerary on the community part of my YouTube page. So keep your eyes posted for more of that kind of stuff coming. I will continue throughout this week to share and remind you guys that that's coming up this Sunday. So yeah, there will be some advertisement stuff kind of thrown in your direction. So what'd John say? For all the late ones, can you post the link to the auction one more time, please, and thank you. Oh, thank you, Bear. I know he's going to be the guy who pulls it, too. I don't know. Will Sue beat him to it? Drum roll, please. Let's see what the mods do. I'm totally going to call him Daddy during the live just to see how he reacts. I love that. Just don't call him Christopher. Oh, he's gonna get me tonight for that one, isn't he, Sue? Better watch out. See, and that's the cool thing too about being a little community like this is we can really pick on each other and kind of dig a little deep and all in loving. You know, you truly know that we're friends if I can give you a little bit of a hard time, and I really hope you give it back. So 5% gotta go. Love you all. Love you, Sandmaker. Thanks for choosing to hang out with us today. I know your time is important to you, and I appreciate you spending it with us. So, and all that goes for all of you guys. I appreciate having you guys here. Ah, yes, bookmarked. Much appreciated. John, we hope to see you there. I knew, yeah. Like I say, even if you're just kind of in and out, even if you're just, you know, reading some of the comments while you're washing some dishes or whatever, I think we're going to have a good time. So, and forgive me if I have to remind you over and over again on Kyle's thing and in Karen's thing. I'll try not to hijack their chat too bad, but I may be sneaking some reminders in as we near Sunday on Friday and Saturday as we round that corner of third base and come and sliding into home plate. So, yes, thank you for the fun, Melissa. Thank you. I mean, this would just be me here laughing with myself like a lunatic if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. There's no link to the actual live stream yet. That's just the channel, but that's a good start. That's a good start of where we can go looking for this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I think that's about all I've got. I just posted the link on the Facebook event. Okay, so again, I'll be sharing this stuff to you guys. I know Bear isn't a real huge fan of Facebook, so I'm not sure if he's gonna go, go for that. But go looking for that link or not. But yes, I will be sharing and reminding and all of that. Yes, bye, Andrew. You have an awesome day. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, I made you smile and laugh a little bit. He hates Facebook. Yep. Yep. I'm not real big on it. Every once in a while I get on it. But, yeah, I don't necessarily not enjoy it. It's just I don't really have a lot of time for it. So, great Wednesday, everyone. Have a great week. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Chris. Again, I know your time is really important, and I appreciate you voting with your dollars today, or with your hours today, and being here, helping the algorithm and the channel out, and just hopefully enjoying each other's company, ultimately. But yeah, you guys are voting by being here. You're telling YouTube that this is what we like to do. So, thank you. I don't hate it, but I don't not hate it. Same, Bear, same. I hate that it takes up so much time. So anyway, yes, you guys, thank you again. I love every bit of you, of our Wednesday hangout together. It's always something very unique, very joyful. I love it. You guys are the best rock fam a girl could ever ask for. And I look forward to seeing you guys around. Yes. Oh, I've lost my coffee way over there a long time ago. I'm gonna get a couple rocks. We're gonna sing the song. You guys know the song. Here we go. Sing along. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty, and they all are everywhere. Thank you guys so much. We'll do it again soon. We'll see you around. Have an awesome week. Go do awesome things. And in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. Have an awesome week, guys.